Hello, good morning traders. Today is 22nd of October, Tuesday, 2019. We just finished London morning session, and I would like to share with you today's morning analysis and the result. As you can see, and pound Swiss franc. So we do all this analysis in real time and live for all members. And we also basically record all these live trade analysis, which is I'm just going to give you a little bit demonstration how basically we analyze all these pairs. So you can see I watch all these 12 major currency pairs, and just before opening any session, I analyze all these major 12 major currency pair. As you can see, I'm just going to be showing you how I analyze. We give a specification details and each and everything which help us and the other fellow traders to find the better opportunities, uh, and why the reason for that taking that opportunities. So we explain each and every detail. So I'm just going to go quickly to just to give you information. So you can see um, we do analysis all these currency pairs and give them explanation. Like dollar Swiss franc, we had such a beautiful long breakout long trade, and all these informations, pound yen, euro yen, we give informations. So all this recording you can see in pound yen, we give the explanation each and every step, explain what are the key areas, and how to basically uh, pinpoint the potential trade opportunities based on this analysis. So once the analysis is done, you can see all these 12 merger conspirators, all the analysis is done. Now the second thing is we keep an eye all this analysis. If the opportunity raised based on those analysis or any new setups perform, we broadcast on the platform, or when the profit target hit and when we make some pips, we announce those updates on the platform to consider banking some pips or move your stop loss at the break even. All right, so let's back to the analysis. As you can see, the pound Swiss franc, we did analysis as we mentioned that possibility of a pullback at this area, which price did, and we mentioned that trade, and we mentioned look, keep an eye. As you can see, we had powerful support here, resistance area, and we closed that trade, made a few pips here, and then we said now keep an eye if we see any pullback or any breakout. As you can see, we just after the London Open, we had such a beautiful breakout. Even this arrow give us the indication to look, watch for the breakout. We had such a beautiful breakout, and as soon as the price reached to the support level, that's the time we mentioned to consider tightening your stop loss or move your stop loss at the break even. Pound dollar, as I mentioned on the analysis, as you can see, we had such a beautiful breakout short trade based on the momentum. We were expecting short trade, and we also mentioned that based on the momentum, we had a pullback here. But the safest trade, as mentioned on the analysis, to look for the breakout. And as soon as the price hit to the first target, we mentioned to consider banking some pips at the first target. Right, pound yen, as explained on the analysis, all these points that possibility of breakouts. As you can see, the price broken, which we mentioned here, and then we said if we see any confirmation, if the price create another pullback because the momentum was bearish, as you can see, the price retest, and we mentioned look for another scaling trade or another short trade here. We had a beautiful, even the price hit to the first target, and we mentioned it's time to consider banking few pips on pound yen. Euro pound, pretty straightforward. We mentioned this was the breakout trade. As you can see, the price nicely broken on this pattern, and as soon as the price hit to the 200 EMA, we mentioned to consider banking few pips on euro pound. Euro yen, this was a pretty straightforward triangle pattern and beautiful breakout short trade. As you can see, we had a first trade which we mentioned to bank some profit, and after that, as I mentioned you, that we keep an eye if any new patterns perform. This was the analysis performed after we had one beautiful breakout short trade. As you can see, the price nicely created another triangle pattern. And as soon as the price broke on this wedge, based on the momentum, we announced to look for another short trade. As soon as the price crossed to the previous low, we mentioned it's time to consider banking few pips. Pound dollar, and we had this breakout trade in the morning, and after that we mentioned look for another pullback short trade. Based on the analysis, we're explaining each and every step here. As you can see, we had another pullback and wedge breakout, a beautiful short trade, and we banked few pips as soon as the price hit to the previous level. Dollar Swiss franc, as I mentioned on the analysis, that we had this breakout, and after the breakout, we expecting a pullback. That's give us the confirmation of reversal. So the safest point, as I mentioned on the analysis, and if as soon as the price gonna break this level, finish one candle, then we should be looking a long trade, because if you look at the bottom, the momentum was bullish, and as soon as the price hit to the final target. As you can see, the first target was the first fib channel, and this final target would be the next fib channel. We had a beautiful long trade today on dollar Swiss franc. All right, guys, that's it for today. And if you would like to see all these analyses real time, as I explained you, as I showed you the video, feel free to join our team at forexeasytrades.com. And thank you for watching this video. And I'll come back to today later on the New York session analysis review. Bye bye.